a waterfall underwater. We saw that.
Starting to the top right of the map is the Terran player in orange. Starting for the TSL team, it's their captain, it is...
TSL Pointer!
When he was playing in the IPL Team League against the Prime team, he was able to take down Creator. He did the same just a few seconds ago. And then he was faced with a Terran opponent. He was faced with Pennant and he lost to him. But this time the Prime team decides to send another Terran player out. Starting to the bottom left in blue is the King of Marines. It is...
Marine King Prime!
Very straightforward intro there.
These glasses are just brilliant.
They are so good. He actually, when I see his glasses like that, by the way, look at all those runner-ups.
Yeah.
When I see his glasses on Marine King, I think of, if you look back to the first esports events in Korea for StarCraft and look at what people wore on those, you're like, I can't believe people wore stuff like that. But I think like in 10 years from now, people will look back at Marine King and be like, wow, people had hair like that in 2012 and they wore glasses like that? Wow, that's really interesting.
You know what I personally find a little bit weird? Talking about interesting. I would have expected Marine King, who's by the way going for 14cc here, I would have expected him to be sent out against a Zerg player because he prepared for life, so he prepared for Zerg. And it's a little bit weird to me to see him now in this Terran versus Terran. Even though we talked about his amazing statistics and performance against Polt, it's just odd because from how I see this, Marine King just played a lot against Zerg in the last few days, so he probably neglected the matchup against Terran a little bit.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I was thinking something similar. You know, a lot of TSL Zergs have already gone down, but you know, you're right. I would have actually expected Bjorn instead.
Symbol is still out there, and with Bjorn already winning against Polt in the IPL Team League, why not send him out again?
Yeah.
And look at what we currently... Okay, double virus follow-up for Marine King in the command center for Polt is a little bit later. We don't have any gas at all so far. Both of them just trying to go for the macro game here. The slightly different builds which give the advantage in economy to Marine King here.
Yeah, just slightly. And he's going to be getting double barracks following up here. The question is, of course, going to be who will gas first, and will they double? Are they going to go for the quick Banshee follow-up to this? In fact, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, Marine King did not scout at all, so he doesn't know what's going on. And this bunker is going to be a big threat. It obviously can be seen as the command center is finished, but he just wants him to pull SCVs. He's going to get one SCV down. Oh, if he targets it, he will. There he goes. Nicely done. He'll lose one of his own as a result, though, if he's not careful.
He could take down the Marine,
well,
and he does
great micro here by Polt.
Yeah, but on the other hand, his SCV is dying. The SCV gets a kill as well.
And this is why Polt says, I made 2 barracks. Now 2 beats 1. Double gas going down for Marine King in first. Actually, no. My mistake. I didn't see that Polt took those gases so cleverly, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's already 100, so he's going straight for his factory. You can see it pop up on the production tab now to the top left.
And this is the difference here. You either go for the double gas fast, or you go for the double barracks first. And Marine King has actually now even added a 3rd barracks. He's going to beef up his Marine count very quickly.
Well, he's the King of Marines after all.
Yeah, he's even getting an eBay here. Now this is very safe because he doesn't know what Polt is doing. He has no scouting information whatsoever.
I love how this dynamic actually in this match works right now in the TSL versus Prime aspect, not Polt against Marine King, that as well, but the other one is a little bit more interesting to me because we have we are heading towards the score that the two of us talked about. We are heading towards 4-4. Currently the series is tied at 3-3, and we have 2 very, very strong players. I would love to see a game between Marine King and Symbol, because both of them were lost in their last round of Code S. And Marine King, you must also a little bit, I don't want to say shake, but it's always sad if you are advancing to the round of 8 in Code S and then you lose your best of 5. So at this point, Has Marine King recovered enough? And I guess he has. I mean, this guy has so much experience, so he will be able to deal with the loss. Symbol, on the other hand, he was crushed last season when he lost against C. Just the way that he lost against the Protoss player from LGIM was devastating. This time, he accepted his loss already. He was like, okay, against MVP, that's fine. It's sad, but still, it's okay. Yeah. It's much easier to deal with than if you go down after you are up 2 games and get completely crushed in the next 3.
I feel like Marine King is... oh, look at this. Speaking of Marine King, he's moving out. He wants to hide his Marine numbers. So he sent them all at first and he was like, wait, let me clean up the watchtowers. 2 Marines each watchtower, because if there's 1 Marine there, then he'll lose his and he won't be able to accomplish what he wants. So does that.
Look at the timing for him here.
Yeah.
Stim and +1.
He's actually just going to try to bust up the ramp with Marines. I mean, not necessarily, but the build he's chosen makes it look like he wants to at least pressure that way. The other thing that's possible is for him to put on a little bit of pressure, not actually go for a big attack, and take a 3rd command center. And oh, there it is at 9 o'clock.
3rd base coming up for Marine King, and now he's walking. He's not really walking all those guys, but he has Stim and +1 now done. And therefore already a nice advantage when it comes down to the upgrades. The Xel'Naga watchtowers are being cleared now by the Banshee of Bolt though, and he is getting the Cloak upgrade. But we already have the first missile turret built for Marine King, so he scouts this and is reacting in time. Another missile turret, of course, also going up in the main base.
This is exactly how you want to play it. You want to have as much information as possible. This Banshee will do virtually nothing. He even has enough energy for a scan. 1 Marine goes down.
Stim is done, and the 3rd base is still a mystery to Polt. He doesn't know about it. He gets the siege tanks a lot faster here. And the Banshee is just looking for an opening. Yeah, trying to go into the main base, looking if he has a shot there. With a good positioning on the gas, he can take down a Harvester or 2, but with all these Marines and Stim also being available, the Banshee will eventually die. The question is if Marine King is committing a Stim to this.
Yeah, you know, he's making this Banshee work. He's finding the openings, he's using them. He's trying to scare him, but he doesn't have enough energy. He's bluffing here.
We don't have combat shields, so 2 hits of a Banshee are able to take out 1 Marine. Another one dies, but this time the oh wow, he actually gets away. Just. And another Banshee hits the 3rd, takes down the SCV and the missile turret. Bolt, losing the Banshee, a bit of a misstep. But the other one is still going strong, 12 kills. This is too much. This shouldn't have happened. It dies eventually, but another scanner had to be sacrificed.
Bad rally on the starport with these medevacs. They're a little bit out of position. He will actually go for the drop though. This is something that Polt seemed to predict. He had his units in his main base. Now he's actually sending them down. Either way, he has enough units to stop a drop play in the main. If Marine King decides to just attack straight up at the front, the siege tanks are going to be way too much for him. Siege mode is not done though yet.
Good stun by Marine King. He sees exactly that his opponent is moving out, and also the composition that Stim is being used, and he's moving in. And Marine King is killing everything!
I can't believe it! He drops a mule! Oh wow! Siege mode, if it were done, this would have been a different story. He's dancing the Marines! He's dancing the Marines!
He's dancing his Marines, he's dropping the Mana Mule, he's going into the natural!
That scan was the best scan that anyone could ever hope for.
And now suddenly the supply for Polt is down to 56, his army supply is at 12.
He's dead. Yeah. His commander is already dead. He's going to lose the 2nd one that he made it as natural as well.
Marine King is on 3 bases. The siege tank in the main base, yes, he will delay the inevitable, but at this point Marine King has such a lead. Look at this. Marine King is currently looking at 60 harvesters to 44, 113 overall supply against 67. Marine King is bringing SCVs to the... What is he doing now? He's building mass sensor turrets.
Well, Polt is... He's pulling a classic here.
Oh god, this drop is not doing it. That's the last drop. That's Polt's last hope, trying to sneak in a drop, but now all these sensor turrets are being built.
And this actually gives Marine King a great idea of exactly where every unit is when it pops out of its barracks. He's gonna, you know, be able to use this in whichever way he chooses. Look at all those medevacs.
The thing is just, you see all these rings now, and this is of course what Polt also sees. He knows exactly what Marine King just does. I feel that trolling like this, if you know each other well, then
Yeah.
it's fun, then
Exactly.
it's okay.
That's
But
exactly what's going on.
I personally don't really like those mana next time in a hatch if you don't know your opponent well. If you're good friends, then that's a cool thing. So here we have command centers building the base, trolling each other a little bit. If you're good friends, that's fine.
I think he should change his ID to the Lord of the Rings if he wants to keep doing stuff like this. GG! That's
GG,
it.
and Marine King takes it.
One
4-3.
scan, one stim, all it takes. No siege mode, tanks out of position, late stim by Polk, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
That game ended in a second.
You know what that means, right? That means that we have Marine King versus Symbol.
I think so.
If we see another player than Symbol now, the last man standing has to be the Code as Zerg player.
Yeah, if Coach Lee decides it's TSL Center, then I think we'll probably have a more epic match than I even expected, because TSL Center must probably improve like an insane amount.
He's already sitting at the bottom left. He's looking at his team, starting to smile. There's Marine King. He knows what's coming.
All he did was drop the scan at the right moment. A little bit of luck here, but a great timing. You know, the opportunity was there and he took it. He scanned. He basically scanned. He was like, "Can I do something?" Yes.
It was a good build. It was a great timing, and definitely one of only
a few seconds later,
brilliant.
A few seconds later, and that would have been a completely different story. The tanks would have been able to siege. He would have been able to defend. No problem.
Paul didn't really know that the army was there.
Yeah,
he didn't have the scouting information. If he knew, he would have just fallen back a little bit, defended. But he was completely caught off guard with this. The siege tanks, there was no siege, nothing. He just was in a really awkward spot. Realized quite late that his army was being attacked, and then he lost the siege things as well. So now we're having Cloud Kingdom. This is going to be map number 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah, map number 8. And it could be the last one.
It could be if Marine King is able to come through for his team here a second time, get that second win, do what he could not do in Code S. If we have Symbol against Marine King, it could have been a
another round of 8.
Yeah.
Another round of 8 Code S match.
Basically, yeah. But the stakes are higher, and it's just a best of one, and all the stakes are high.
At this point, here we go. Come on, Symbol, do it. If it's someone else, that would be... No. There you go.
There he is. Everyone in his team gives him the nod, and he gives him the fist pump. He's ready.
Marine King once again with the rims.
Yeah, Marine King... He's the guy who revolutionized this matchup with his Marine control. He is the reason why people play differently than they did 2 years ago, because it's insane how well you can fight Banelings with Marines if you know how to use them. Symbol, look at his GSTL record, 12-3.
Counter success rate 80%.
Yeah, well, might as well make that 800%. Average wins 2.4.
Last season, man, this reverse all kill that we've seen by Symbol, the most epic thing that I've ever seen in the GSTL.
He's gonna have he needs a little bit of break time. We're all gonna have a little break time, so get pumped. Tell your friends we're about to have Marine King versus Symbol here at the GSTL. I am Wolf. With me is Caldor. See you in 5.